Is0bel is jacked into the octopus. Her body sits inert, her breathing shallow. As you approach, an image blossoms onto the largest of the octopus's view screens. Hello down there, it's good to see you again. The octopus is huge, by the way. Oh, are these servers too? Oh, these things down here, they're servers too. The octopus is all of this. And this. Hello down there, it's good to see you again. She smiles down on you from the monitor, her outline scintillating with blue-white light. She looks peaceful, at ease. You really feel at home in the Matrix, don't you? You look happy in there. I suppose that I am. It's a comfort thing. As long as I'm jacked in, I can be whoever I want to be. Whatever I want to be. Is she gonna end up completely merging into the Matrix? Is that possible? Can she, like, abandon her physical body? Out there in meat space, I usually feel uncomfortable in my own skin. The avatar offers you a lopsided smile. I'd probably just live in here if I could. I've heard about deckers who've tried it. It never turned out well. Dehydration's a bad way to go. That's actually a little sad. Is it sad? I don't think it's sad. I mean, I wouldn't mind merging into the internet. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, if I didn't have to be in my body, I wouldn't mind just going somewhere else. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it'll never happen anyway. Dehydration's a bad way to go. I know, and of course I was joking. But truth be told, I do spend most of my time out there wishing that I was back in here. Well, if you want to, you can spend more time in there. Gobbet can feed you, can keep you fed. If you're a decker, you'd feel the same. It's hard to live in a cage of meat when you know how sweet it feels to leave your body behind. Nice avatar. That's a good look on you. Isn't it? I spent months customizing this avatar. She feels more real to me than my own skin. She pauses for a moment, considering. Then her avatar shimmers forward, filling the screen. A slight frown crosses her face. You know, SCKC, I've been thinking about the question you asked me a little while back. The one about the walled city. The avatar fidgets. The one that I dodged. Right? Yeah, I remember. You don't have to make a big thing out of it, Is0bel's, it's fine. I didn't feel like a dodge to me. It didn't feel like a dodge to me. Besides, the whole game of questions things was your idea in the first place. No, you know, I'm just gonna let her talk. Yeah, I remember. Look, I wasn't trying to cheat you out of your answer. I want you to know that. It's just that talking about the walled city is problematic for me. I understand. I grew up in the Barrens. I know how hard it can be to talk about this stuff. I'm not gonna assume that my experience is the same as her experience. Right, so that's the wrong. We've all got problems that shouldn't stop us from doing what needs to be done. I mean, shouldn't, but sometimes it does, you know. Sometimes your problems is just bigger than you can solve. That happens. Things are hard, I get it, but this is important is. These are all kind of bad. I don't really want to say any of this. What would I say? Like if I didn't have to choose one of these, I would say this is hard, I get it. And it's not like I can make you do something that you're not capable of. But if you can tell me about it, I think it would help us solve whatever problem we're dealing with. That's what I would say. So I guess it's most similar to this one, right? Things are hard, I get it. But this is important. But like, if she literally can't do it, it's not like you can force her to do it if she like physically can't do it, right? But this is important. Please don't call me that. I let Gobbet get away with it because we go way back, but I've never liked it. She sighs, and no, you don't get it. The problem isn't that I'm tortured by bad memories or anything like that. The truth of the matter is I can't remember my childhood. Right, see, this is what I mean. So I wouldn't have said, like, what I wanted to say is, I suspect she physically can't do it. It's not that she didn't want to do it, but she literally can't do it. The walled city, that entire chapter of my life, is nothing but a blur to me. I can give you general information about life on the inside, but the specifics of my own experience are gone. Gone. What do you mean gone? Do you have amnesia or something? General information is fine, anything is better than nothing, which is what I'm working with now. No, that's not... What do you mean gone? Something like that. The avatar fidgets on the screen. There were a variety of factors in play. The upshot of all this is that there are things that I can tell you about, but only a few, and only in bold strokes. Don't expect any personal stories, I couldn't share them even if I wanted to. Huh. So if that's okay with you, if you'll be satisfied with trivia and urban legends, then we can talk. Just say the word. Otherwise, well, at least now you know why. How'd you lose your childhood memories? The Is0bel's avatar frowns. I'd rather not go into it, it's personal. Suffice to say that I've never missed them, at least not until now. If you ever want to talk about it, I'm a good listener. Sorry, didn't mean to intrude. See, I wouldn't say this either. I just say, okay. Okay, if you don't want to talk about it, then don't. Alright, didn't mean to intrude. It's alright, I'm not offended. There are just some things that I'd rather not talk about. Alright. Give me what you can about the walled city. At this point, anything would help. Alright. The avatar licks its lips, nods. I can do that. Is0bel's avatar turns, begins to pace on the screen. Where she steps, spider webs of light spread across the tiled ground of the octopus's sculpted matrix hub. When I think of the walled city, the thing that stands out the most in my mind is the legends, the mythology of the place. If I hadn't lived with them, I might have found those stories fascinating. The scintillating figure turns to you on the screen. Did you know that the Kowloon walled city is supposed to be cursed? That's what the locals believe. We had ghost stories and everything. Ghost stories. The Is0bel's avatar nods. Our own homegrown legends about things that haunted the walled city, demons from another place, the Yama Kings. Yama Kings, derived from the mythological judge of the dead, I presume. That was where they came from, yeah, but the Yama Kings that we told stories about were their own things, bastardizations of the original myths. It'd probably be easiest to think of them like urban legends, our own little pantheon of monsters and morality tales. They're real, aren't they? The stories are still clear in my mind even after everything that's happened. Everyone in the walled city believed them. You can get out of the walled city if you make a deal with Fu Mang. Cut the hearts from the 44 people closest to you and bring them to him. He'll reward you with the riches. That's... That's not how Chinese mythology goes. Chinese mythology is not about cutting people's hearts out. This is something else. This is not your traditional Chinese story. Alright, so something has corrupted the walled city into something kinda terrible. Don't go under at that arch, or Kuan Ya will catch you. The avatar grabs at the air, its hands leaving glowing trails as they move. She'll rip out your teeth, tie your tongue in a knot, and make you her slave for eternity. We had Qi Xiang, our own homegrown judge of souls. People would let themselves be flayed alive in hopes that he'd reawaken them in a better life. We had Lam V, the Ebony Queen, who teach you to hide so well that you slowly mutate into a cockroach. Wild. The Avatar cocked its head, smirking a dismissive gesture. It's all bullshit, of course, but everybody in the walled city believed it. You know, we live in the kind of place where if everybody believes something, it becomes real. That's how magic works. If everyone believed in these things, maybe they're real. I wouldn't write the stories off so easily. Magic is real, Is0bel. If you're so convinced that these things are myths, why does everyone in the walled city believe in them? Yeah, no, magic is real, Is0bel. Like, I literally throw fireballs at people. I wouldn't write the stories off so easily. Magic is real, Is0bel. Of course it is, I know that, but the Yama Kings can't be real. If they were, the body count in the walled city would be a lot higher. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're just biding their time. Maybe the body count is really high and you just haven't been keeping count. The Yama Kings are glorified kid stories. They are make-believe, a fiction that my parents and neighbors invented to excuse their own actions. I can't get ahead because demons are keeping me down. Woe is me, woe is me. It's almost embarrassingly transparent when you really look at it. Lam V turning people into cockroaches is just a Kafkaesque trope layered into a morality tale. Qi Sheng, he's just Anubis with a different coat of paint. And you know that archway that I mentioned, the one that Kuan Ya was supposed to haunt? I knew someone who found it. There was nothing on the other side but concrete. Yeah, I don't know, Is0bel. Isn't Anubis real? In the sixth world, isn't Anubis real as well? It's all superstitious drivel, SCKZ. The misery in the walled city isn't the fault of demons or devils. We created it, and we perpetuate it. We blamed made-up monsters for our own failings. There's nothing more pathetic than that. What about the shared dreams? How do you explain those away? It sounds less like you're trying to convince me than it does you're trying to convince yourself. No, let's not do that. That's kind of cheap. What about the shared dreams? How do you explain those away? I don't know. Mass psychosis or maybe something magical is going on, but it isn't them. They aren't real, they can't be. Has she been brainwashed into thinking that this stuff's not real? Anyway, that's enough for now, huh? I'm sure that gives you plenty to chew on. My obligation to give you an answer is satisfied, I think. So let's talk about something else. I think whatever erased her memory has put a block on her ability to even accept the possibility that these things are real. I wonder what role Is0bel is going to play in this story. Can you think of anything else that might help us? I don't know, maybe. I'll put some thought into it. The avatar pauses, turns away. After a moment, Is0bel's voice pours through the Tridio speakers. On second thought, maybe I do have an idea. Are you open on taking on more work? That right now I think we've already got much work. Of course, kindly sending me new job offers all the time. This wouldn't be work for Auntie Cheng. Think of it as a side gig that you'll be doing for me. I think I've got a line on some software that could help us. I can't get to it on my own though, it's a two-person job at least. What kind of software? It's kinda hard to explain, it'd be easy for me to just show you, but trust me, it'll help. I have the run all planned out already. I've done the legwork, I know the location, I know the target. Just say the word and I'll send everything I have to your mission computer. You can look it over, weigh it, and decide what you want to do. Alright, let's do it. Alright, deal, send the file. The Is0bel's avatar closes its eyes for a moment, then opens them with a smile. Done. You'll find the pertinent documents waiting in your inbox. If you decide to accept the mission, just check the box in the message documentation and it'll ping my comp link automatically. Alright, can't wait to find out what this is all about. I'm sure that the briefing I sent you will satisfy your curiosity. Trust me, SCKC, this is a good job with a solid plan behind it. You'll see as soon as you've read it. And speaking of which, you should go do that now. Alright, when I get around to it I will. Alright, but don't keep me waiting too long. Now, was there anything else you want to talk about? Any thoughts on the last run? She shakes her head. Nope, sorry. Checking into the octopus is how I relax after a long day of work. Some people go to sports bars or strip clubs. I do this. As a rule, I don't spoil my leisure time with shop talk. Hey, if that's the way you feel. It is, so if you wouldn't mind changing the subject. She lets the sentence hang. Gotta go, Is0bel. Sure, drop by anytime. I mean... Didn't she used to be with the Wampo? She was with Wampo. And she doesn't want to talk about the Wampo. They have a complete change of leadership now. We just took down the entire set of elders. You want to talk about Wampo and politics?